Hi, everyone. Good morning. We'll be starting today with an energy cultivation practice and start by getting a seated posture and making some hand motions here. Breathe in, that when raising the hands, and breathe down. Hands go forward and bring the hands up to shoulder height. Breathe down again. Hands back to the shoulders. Around. Palms forward and palms up. Giving credit to Damo Mitchell for rediscovering this Negun technique, just to help us kind of get grounded, centered, and start feeling the cultivation flow. The shoulders. There. You can be seated. I'm just standing. Let's straight. There. The sides. The diaphragm. There. Shoulders. The shoulders again. Slowly going down. Up to the head of the shoulders. Rotating around the shoulders. Up and from up to the head. Slowly come down. Up to the height of the diet. Okay, round, down, opposite sides. And to the top again. In breath. Breath there on that one. Thanks. A little bit of gentle movement there to started. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, credits to Demo Mitchell Lotus Negung for for rediscovering that exercise. And in this, in this practice, we'll be looking at various energy cultivation exercises, and some of them were rediscovered. Some of them are very, very ancient, and some are from China, as that one was. Others are from India, and others are inspired by Bliss as well over here, who's who's downloaded quite a number of very interesting exercises. The next one we'll do is chronic mudra. Hold this for 1 minute. Fingers like this to magnetize the energy, and we'll just hold it straight out. And just doing this for a minute to help bring in energy prana. As we get started, you can close your eyes to the energy flow. So brings energy can be converted to um, food-like energy. So do a couple other energy cultivation exercises. Your hands raised exercise, open hands and fingers here. And just hold that and notice energy flowing through the fingers. Keep your arm fairly straight or in front of you, and enjoy the gentle movement. It can be a bit of a strain on the shoulders. If it is, just drop your shoulders a little bit. That'll still maintain the flow. And then when you're ready, you can zoom upward again at that point. And if you feel a little bit of a burn, shoulders, that's good. Okay, excellent. Do another exercise from Lotus thinking now. It's going to build off of that previous one, which I originally learned in the Indian context. This exercise is going to further open the channels in the hands down to the wrists as well by introducing a stretch in the wrists. When I learned this exercise, I found it very interesting because it ties in so nicely with that one we were just doing. So the basis of this exercise is we're going to be pushing out with trying to get as close to a right angle as possible between the wrist and the hands. And then to activate it, we're going to be pushing out as if we were pushing out against a wall. If we had a wall on either side of us, each of our hands pushing out against the wall, that push outward is going to get those tendons to stretch in here, further building upon opening those energy channels that we were just doing the hands raised exercise. So we'll start like this, with trying to get both of our hands as close as we can to right angles, pushing out against the wall. And we will switch from left to right in orientation, so we can look left, gentle stretch of the neck left, put our left foot out, slightly bend the left knee, and activate and hold. And put your attention into that left hand, into the tendons that are being pulled, into the energy channels that are being opened. Where we're placing our attention or focus. Push out like you were pushing out against a wall. If you had a wall on either side, like each one of your hands pushing out against the wall. Okay, and now look right. Where's your right hand? Position your right foot out. Your right foot going in the same direction as your right hand. Look right. Gently stretch your neck right, and hold. And push out as if you were pushing out against both of those walls, and feel that stretch. Feel the activation. And so, very good. We're now going to do some backward shoulder rolls. And these are going to help us open up all the musculature in the shoulders. A lot of us, if we're hunched over, I tend to naturally have that kind of hunched over posture if we're like bending over computers. This is going to help open that up. So we're going to be going backwards rather than forwards, going backwards to kind of pull everything back, be less hunched up. The trick of this is that we really want to sink our attention into those muscles, our attention, our feeling, our sensation, sink it into those muscles, into the shoulder blades, into the upper back. As we do this, that's going to activate the fascia, and that's where our energetic channels are. So you'll get much more out of this exercise. It'll be more than just simple stretching if that's where your attention is. So you can imagine those muscles like a sponge soaking up your attention as we do the roll back. So shoulders come slightly in and up. They go back slowly, and we're not doing this fast. We're doing it slowly, gradually, and thoroughly. And back down and around. And pull them up until you feel that stretch, back until you feel that stretch. Our attention is in the stretch. Yep. Perfect. And now we're gonna pull our shoulder blades off the back, off the scapula, and down. So imagine the shoulder blades when you're about here in a rotation, when you're fairly up, coming off the down. And they're away from the back and come further. Okay. So we'll take a few moments here. If you need to get a glass of water, now's a good time. So we usually do some exercises. There is some breath work. So sometimes it's good in the beginning not to be on the fullest or not to have drank a whole bunch of water just before that. But at the point when we transition, from the exercises to the more meditative work, I often have a bit of water at that stay hydrated. So if you're interested in that, now's a good time. And we will transition now to our meditative work. And we'll begin now by doing a few rounds of the alternate nostril breathing. Again, not necessary to get this perfect. And I won't go, completely the instructions as long as you're, covering one nostril and covering the one to flow in through one and out through the other, and then switching. That's perfectly okay. That's good. So begin now. Let's do these to get us into a nice, relaxed, meditative state. So now we'll do one other exercise, which I find to have some similarities in the effect of the alternate nostril. So the alternate nostril, we're balancing the hemispheres of the brain. The second exercise, it's very interesting. I find it very effective. Taught by Bliss. So a lot of credit to her um, for reintroducing me to this exercise. I'd seen it before from Site K, but I didn't really get into it and realize the full potential of it until she showed this to me. So in this one, the ankles, the feet are crossed at the ankles. So you could have the right ankle over the left. Can be done sitting, it can be done standing up. We're going to be crossing the ankles and then crossing the wrists. So you have your right ankle crossed over the right leg. You can cross your right hands over the left hand and kind of interlock like this. So show the hands we're crossing over, we're interlocking while the ankles are crossed. Close the eyes, and then just sit here until you feel a reset, a balancing. Should take about 4 seconds, but that amount of time can vary slightly depending on you. And once you feel that reset, uncross the legs, uncross the hands, put the hands together with the fingertips touching, and look outward. Just look outward until you feel a lock-in. So we're going to do that one more time. You can feel free to rotate from, right over left to left over right. We're going to do that one more time. Help us further balance the hemispheres of our brain as we go into the meditation. So uncross, fingertips together, eyes open, wait for a long hand. Perfect. So gotten a bit more balanced. Now we will go into our meditation. We'll breathe in and out together now a few times to sync up as we go into this. So breathe in and out and in and out and in and out. I'm just going to start in this point by tuning in with participants who I know to be on the call. And I will go through and tune in with them for some moments as we begin this. Definitely feeling into around the heart space, into some tension that's built there, and taking some time to feel into that space, absorbing out some of the tension that has accumulated there, and restoring this region to more of a state of wholeness as we come together. And staying in this area as we continue to absorb our attention in, continuing to go deeper into the feeling that emanates from this accumulated tension, not rushing in any way, not trying to make the release of this happen any faster necessarily, just peacefully building our attention there, being happy with this feeling, welcoming this sensation, even though it might not be the most pleasant. We are just accepting it as it is. And paradoxically, by accepting it and welcoming it, as we move forward with this in a very non-rushed way, we will actually, you could say, speed up a release or moving through of whatever this is. And we aren't running away from it. We ran away from it and kind of shoved back in there. We're appreciative that it surfaced, or we were able to surface it. So we appreciate that it came up so we can address it, deal with it in a more mature way. And we open ourselves to experience it. We open that samskara, you would say in the Indian context, we open this up. We feel it, we look at it, we let it expand. We feel it in all its flavors that it would show us this morning. And also see that it changes as we continue to give it um the space to kind of come out and show itself. It will change, feel slightly different as we move through the layers of it. And we're very happy that it is here with us, that it's surfacing, to have the opportunity to work with it. And we're simply staying with it, feeling into the chest, allowing it to expand. I'll be quiet for a few moments as we continue to feel in. Just gentle breathing, feeling, and no rush. And we're not in a rush to move through these. We recognize that sometimes when we hit a walk like this, sometimes it takes shorter time, sometimes it takes longer time, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay. There's nowhere else more important to be than doing work on ourselves. So stay with any sensations you feel, allowing the energy to come in and assist this process. Very gentle energy, but energy that helps bring these things to the surface and work through them. And at this point, to give us a further boost, we're going to dial the energies up. Shifting the energies, penetrating, going into this mass around the heart center, my heart. taking that assistance. So, if you're feeling into that, continue hold your attention there for the next few minutes, next 20 minutes or so. For the rest of us, we will begin to keep moving through this next part. Bearing. Slowly bringing this meditation to a close. And again, if you were uh, feeling that mask being taken out, chest being worked on, would encourage you to remain in that process for about 20 minutes, maybe 19 minutes in, and just let that come to nice, gradual conclusion. You work through the amount of it, there's a little bit left to sort of wrap up and complete that process. And thank you everyone for attending this morning. We will continue every day, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and the link to join